back. Sal Paolantonio live with us in Philadelphia to look ahead to today's game. The Giants coming off an almost equally excruciating loss this week. How are they trying to move past that before their game with Philadelphia today?
Yeah, Michael, to look ahead, you got to look back a little bit for both these football teams. Let me tell you the conversations that went on behind the scenes for both teams, beginning with the Giants. That disaster in Denver in the fourth quarter. The Giants came into work on Monday morning, and Brian Dable, the head coach, took a very interesting approach. He told the team, listen, we're not going to flush away or forget what happened in the fourth quarter. We're going to learn from it. We don't want to dwell too much on it. We're going to learn from it. And he showed them the clips of what happened in the fourth quarter and said, listen, we're one or two or three plays. One play here, one play there. We win the football game. He knows he's got a very delicate situation with young players on offense like Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo, who are making big plays, but there are some mistakes being made. So he didn't want it to carry over, but he wanted the team to learn from it and take it into this game. As for the Eagles behind the scenes, it was very clear what Nick Sirianni said to the team. Go back to week 6. We need to play a much more physical brand of football. That's what Jordan Mailata said. We got to play much more physical on both sides of the ball. Gonna be tough today with missing 2 Pro Bowl players on offense. Cam Jurgens, remember, out at center. A.J. Brown out at wide receiver. Earlier, we saw Brett Toth lining up and working out with the offensive line to try to get some rhythm. Because, listen, you're going from Jason Kelsey, Pro Bowler, going to the Hall of Fame, then Cam Jurgens, and now you get Brett Toth playing center against a very active, very good front four of Shane Bowen in this defensive lineup for the New York Giants. And they came after the Eagles really tough in week 6. So this is a very difficult game for the Eagles offense.
Sal Paolantonio, outstanding as always, and it's interesting as he frames it. The backdrop of this game for both teams is a tough loss, right? It's the Giants trying to bounce back from last week, but it's the Eagles trying to bounce back from the week before. What are you watching for, Teddy?
I'm watching for the bounce back by the Philadelphia Eagles, because a couple weeks ago, plainly, we talked about they got punked by the Giants. I mean, absolutely, by a couple rookies. And I mean, we can talk about all the things we're going to talk about in terms of how the Eagles can win this game, but I'm just going to be watching that defense, because I remember watching what happened with these 2 rookies, Dart and Scatterboo, coming up on them, dancing on their grave basically, and celebrating on the field. I mean, it's I love it that it's in the division, because you get a chance to settle this score. All right, settle this score, settle it now before you move on. I still see this Eagle team as, you are the world champion. Okay, you had a bad week, sure. Don't just, hey, listen, you got to turn the page, because this guy right here, and then Dart, you got to put the rookies in their place. And I hope there were conversations about this week, because that's what this is all about to me, Rex. This is taking something personal, and now it was 2 weeks ago. You still remember it. going out there and settling the score. Finish business.
So true, Brew. And when taking it personal, man, like football has always been about being physical. And when you take it personal, if you're that offensive line for the Eagles, you better take it personal. You got Saquon Barkley, who, by the way, the story last year was how he's, how could the Giants let him go? Well, they can let this guy go. Where's the guy we saw all last year? It starts with them up front and being physical. That's what they got to do. And by the way, how about we commit to running the football? You want to slow that pass rush down of the Giants, where you got absolutely obliterated the last time you played them? Run the dang ball and stay with it. If it doesn't work, run it again. Run it again. I don't care how long you got to. This is a game where I remember sitting back saying, we are not going to throw the football until we get a first down. Like, I don't care if we got to stay out there all day half. Did you almost have to say, let's go and get this round game going if you're the Philadelphia Eagles?
Yeah, I agree. This is a line of scrimmage game, right? You heard the report from Sal, Sirianni talking about it, Mailata talking about it, right? Like, this is going to be a physicality thing up front. And obviously a lot of talk, A.J. Brown's out. That's obviously a big missing piece. But on the flip side, the Giants missing 2 starters in their secondary as well. And so I do agree. Let's get under center if you're the Eagles. Let's have some exotic run game, some multiple looks and different schemes, and then play action pass off of it. Obviously, Jalen Hurts is so dynamic at it, especially pushing the ball downfield. These are nice progressions to have as a quarterback, right there, pure progressions. We're really putting that second level of the defense in a bind. I want to see it today.
Yeah. We earlier in the show, y'all had film ball. Y'all had Evan Kaplan sitting up here talking about the tendencies of the Philadelphia Eagles, about what percentages they had in the shotgun opposed to what they're doing under center. Alex, and you had a clip up there. Something to really pay attention to in a game like this, that a team that's used to being in the gun, and all of a sudden over a week or two, you want to go under center, try to run the ball to open up the play action game. One thing that your clip did show was the pad level of the offensive line. And what that does is give the defense the indication, is it run or pass? Because if their pad level is high, I don't care if you show the ball or not, the defense, Brew, you know better than I do. You're not going to bite. So I think today, with Jalen Hurts under center, yeah, they're going to try to run the ball, but the play action, the pad level of the offensive line, is it high, is it low? Can they sell it or not, Rex? But another thing, you're talking about the physicalities of this game. There's one player, dominant player, Jalen Carter. No Jalen Carter the first game.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, I think you hit it right on.